And we are live. This is UFC Bro Picks. This is Ricky.
What's up, guys? This is Justin. We're going to be talking about UFC Japan, OSP versus Okami. It's a pretty decent card. I don't think it's the worst card. A lot of people are talking crap about it, but I don't think it's that bad, to be honest. Little recap for last card. We went 8-2 on our picks. I think that's pretty good. There's a lot of haters out there that's talking crap about the Branch pick. We didn't even bet Branch, so I don't know why people are saying we lost all this money. Like, we picked him.
Yeah, and Branch actually did pretty well, in the beginning. He landed some punches, but unfortunately, still couldn't hang with Luke's grappling. It is one of the best.
Yeah, he has the best top game in the division for sure. Branch won the first round. We didn't bet it. We weren't that confident, but
I don't know. That's kind of a big statement too, though, because I think Jacare's up there with the best grappling too. I don't know. I want to see those two folks go at it.
I want to see them fight again, but I'm still gonna fade Rockhold. So I went 2-2 in my bets. I finished minus 1.87 on the night. I won on OAM. I won. I think I bet 2 units on OAM. Yeah, I bet. Wait, 3 units on OAM, and I put 2 units on Justin Ledet straight, but I had Perry in a parlay with him, but then it pulled out, so just Ledet by himself. And then I lost on the under in that fight, 1.5 on the Ledet fight, and then I lost on Jocko. What about you?
So I won. I won. I won a 2.3 unit bet on Anthony Smith to win 2 units. I had Justin Ledet in the parlay with Mike Perry when he was going to fight Thiago Alves for 2 units, but since Alves couldn't fight, I had to play. I got Ledet straight for 0.55 units, and then I had a parlay with Jocko and Gillespie that busted because Jocko got knocked out by Uriah, which was fucking horrible.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. That was, Jocko. I'm never betting on him again. That was embarrassing. So it is what it is.
We've got to talk about our L's and learn from our L's. So I don't know, man. I just couldn't see that one coming, though. But maybe he's on the decline. I'm definitely gonna avoid betting him next fight for sure.
Yeah, I'm passing on Jocko. But all right, guys, what's good with the first fight? It's gonna be. I already know I'm not gonna pronounce this right. Daichi Abu versus Hoingoi Lim. I know I pronounced that wrong. Anyways, yeah, this is a pretty risky fight right here. I'm not betting on this fight. It's a pass for me. It's a pretty close fight, to be honest. Lim hasn't fought since Perry changed his life. When Perry, knocks you out, man, you're not the same anymore. Look at Ellenberger and look at Lim. The dude either gets a KO or he gets knocked out. Magny, I think KO'd him too. And he's also been knocked out a couple other times. And this newcomer, he's small for the weight class. He's definitely probably a 155er. But the kid throws bombs. And, Win doesn't have the best chin anymore. And the dude is like a 70-year-old guy in, his body. So I'm going to have to go with the newcomer here. I think he starches him. It's more of a fade on Lim. And he throws bombs, man. And I just don't trust Lim's chin anymore. So I'll go with Daichi to get a first-round knockout. But it's a pass for betting. What about you?
You're going to go with Daichi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to go with Hunga Lim. Even though he did get knocked out by Perry, I did think he showed a solid chin in there. He got knocked down. He got back up, and it was kind of more of a TKO stoppage than a knockout that Perry's kind of known for. But I don't know. It was still bad. He got rocked plenty of times. He got dropped a lot of times. Like anytime Perry hits you, it seems like people just drop. But I don't know. Hyung Gyu Lim is tall for his division, So I think if he utilizes his jab, the reach, he's gonna give him a hard time, and maybe give him his first L. But it's definitely definitely stay away for me. But I'm probably gonna have to go with the favorite Lim on this one.
All right, man. Call the next fight.
All right, bro. Next fight, we got your boy Shinzo Anzai. He's gonna be fighting Luke Jamil, and Shinzo, he's got some pretty good wrestling, pretty good top game. But that to me, I think he's pretty one-dimensional. other than that, he's kind of small. And but Luke Jamu, I think he's gonna be able to defend his takedowns. He's showing pretty good takedown defense against Dominic Steele. So yeah, I think he's gonna be able to keep it standing and and I don't know, outstrike him, maybe even put him out. But I don't think Shinzo is gonna be able to take him down because Dominic Steele's, in my opinion, has better takedowns than Shinzo. So I'm gonna go with Luke Jamu with the win, and I actually have him parlay with someone later tonight. Someone later in that card. What about you?
Yeah, I got 4 units on Jamo and someone else later in the card in a parlay. I think it's an easy matchup for him. You know, Shinzo hasn't fought in 2 years. The dude's a sloppy striker. He runs out with the chin in there. Terrible, defense on the feet. And he has decent wrestling, but I think Dominic Steele has better wrestling. And Jamo showed excellent takedown defense. He got taken down once, and it was calm, composed, got back up, and he defended a good amount of takedowns after that. And he dropped him like 3 times in the fight. I like his striking game, man. I mean, it's like a mix of like, a karate style and like, dude, I like his style, man. So I don't know what to call his style, but whatever it is, it's working for him. And he's a good fighter, man. I think he's going to go out there and start this guy in the first round. I don't think Shinzo should be there right now. He hasn't fought in 2 years. He's definitely just showing up because he's in Japan. And, Shinzo, he got knocked out against Alberto Mina in the first round. That was a war. And then his last fight against Roger Zapata 2 years ago, that was a weird fight. I mean, Roger Zapata is a jobber for sure. He's terrible. And, they scored a TKO for Nzai, but, I mean, Roger hurt his hand throwing a punch. So it's not like Shinzo knocked him out. Shinzo did not knock him out, So, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Luca has good cardio, too. He's on a 7-fight winning streak. And he's a very good chin. Good striking, like I mentioned. Good counters, too. I didn't mention that. And, yeah, man. I'm going to have to go with Luke. And I think he retires Shinzo Nzai. All right. So next fight, we got the chick fight. Siri Kondo versus Chan Mi Jun. I'm going to be straight up. I did not even watch tape for this fight at all. It's one of those fights like I could care less about. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go with Chan Mi Jun. But I am totally just guessing on this. So don't tell me. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Chan Mi Jun because I think she's the only one that's actually fought. Because I think she's fought in the UFC, but yeah, that fight. Next fight, this is gonna be a pretty good fight. I think it's gonna be Jussier Formiga. He's gonna be fighting Yuta Sasaki. Jussier Formiga's pretty good, but I don't know. I think Sasaki has a pretty good grappling too. Formiga's a little bit more well-rounded. I think he's going to be able to keep it on the feet, but Sasaki, I don't know, man. He was able to choke out Scoggins, so I think that says something. I think he's definitely live, but I mean, Jussier is definitely the more well-rounded guy. I mean, he does have the way better striking. I mean, for all we know, his jiu-jitsu is probably just as good as Sasaki, but after thinking about it, I'm going to have to go with Jussier because I think he's going to be able to defend the takedowns, and he's kind of smart. I think he's going to keep it standing, and I think Sasaki's going to get desperate in there, and Jussier is probably going to get him. So I'm probably going to have to go with Jussier. I kind of am tempted to bet Sasaki just because I do think he's live, but hard play. So I haven't made that bet, but I am probably gonna go with Jussier with the win. What about you?
Yeah, I think the line's a little off, but I got Formiga here all day. I mean, a lot of people are like, "Oh, he talked out Justin Scoggins." I think he's live. I mean, Scoggins has been choked out 3 times, and Scoggins dropped him 3 times in the fight. I mean, he took him down at will. He took his back too. I mean, look at the Wilson Hayes fight. Wilson Hayes took Sasaki down at will. I mean, I know in the 3rd round he took Hayes' back, but still, though, man. I mean, Wilson Hayes dominated that fight. Sasaki, gets taken down a lot, and he always gets his back taken, man. And, Jussier Formiga is one of the best grapplers in the division. I mean, he had a very good fight with Ray Borg, and I definitely think he's the better grappler than Sasaki. He's better on the feet, too. So I think Formiga's going to go out there and embarrass him, man, and get a 327 or even a finish. So I don't see the Sasaki play. I mean, I think the line's a little off, but yeah, I think Formiga's going to go out there and school him. So I got Formiga. The next fight, we got Keita Nakamura versus Alex Morano. Now, this is a pretty good fight. I was thinking about betting this fight. It's a very close fight, man. It really is. You know, you got Keita, who's a very good grappler. I mean, he's been in there with good competition. You lost, Oleski Dos Santos last fight. He arguably beat Tom Breese. I think he actually beat him. He tapped out Lee the Leech. And he's definitely the better grappler here for sure. I do think Morano's better on the feet. Morano throws bombs, but his chin's kind of a question mark. You know, he got his life changed last fight against Nico Price. He's been KO'd twice. And he doesn't have the best cardio, man. He faded in that fight, man, bad. And, yeah, dude, this is a close fight, man. I'm going to have to go with the dog here, man. I think Nakamura's going to go out there. He's a scrappy dude, man. Get this to the ground. I know Morano's a black belt, but I think Keita has the better gas tank, and I think he has the better heart, and I think he's the better grappler. So if he goes out there and takes him down and grinds him out, he's going to get the win. So I got Nakamura, but it's a pass for a bet. What about you?
We're going to have to go the other way, man. I definitely do think Morano's pretty good. He probably might be able to defend a takedown and keep it standing. He was showing good striking against Nico until Nico ended him. But that fucking, if he didn't get knocked out like that, dude, I think I would be making a bet on Morano. But the fact that Nico Price just might have changed his life makes me kind of want to stay away. You know, he was showing good stand up. I think Nita is like he's kind of like in that. I don't know. I wasn't really too impressed with his grappling, so I'm probably gonna have to go with Morano with the win. But I'm not betting it either. So you ready to go on to the next fight?
Yeah, man, call it.
We got Charles Rosa, who's 11-3. He's gonna be fighting Nizo Hiroto. Charles Rosa he got knocked out by Shane Burgos, right? Like in the third round.
Yeah.
He's getting murked, showing some good striking, but I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to go with him. I don't think Hiroto's gonna be able to like just hold him down. He's only gonna be able to lay and pray, and I don't think it's gonna work for him. So I'll have to go with Charles Rosa. What about you?
Yeah, this is one of the closest fights on the card, in my opinion. I definitely think Hiroto's live. It's super close, man. I'm gonna have to edge Charles Rosa though for sure. But I mean, I think he got his life changed last fight. The dude's a chef. He's a really good chef. I mean, he could easily, walk away after this fight and retire, win or lose. Hiroto's 1-4 in the UFC. He definitely got destroyed last fight against Volkanovski, but he showed a lot of heart. I think Rosa's the bigger guy. And I think Rosa is better on the feet. He has good kicks. And, Rosa's actually pretty good on the ground too, man, especially if he takes your back and if he gets on top. So I'm going to have to go with Charles Rosa, but it's a huge pass for me. Next fight, we got Teruto Ishihara versus Rolando Dai. Now, we have a big debate in this fight. I actually have 2 units on Teruto in addition to plus 125. Now, the thing is, I do think Teruto's a jobber, I know he burned me out last fight against Trey Maynard. He burned a lot of people out there, but this is the spot, and I don't think Rolando Dai is that good at all. I think Rolando Dai is terrible, to be honest, and I think Teruto's levels above. He's not Gray Maynard at all. I mean, Gray Maynard, bro, is a jobber. He's terrible, but he has very good wrestling, bro. And does Dai have wrestling? No. Dai is super sloppy out there, and the thing is, he's super aggressive out there, and that plays right into Teruto's game plan, bro. I mean, Teruto has devastating counters, bro. If you're gonna rush for him and aggressive, man, and go at him, you're gonna get knocked out, bro. So I actually think that Dai is equivalent to Juicy J Rosa and Horacio Gutierrez. I think they're all the same, and I think Teruto has a very good left hand, a very good left kick. He doesn't have the best grappling. He doesn't have the best takedown defense. I know he got tapped out against Ultra Sasaki like 20 years ago, but this is the spot. And I think his level is above him on the feet. This isn't Artem. I don't think Artem's a jobber at all. Artem's a pretty decent fighter. I'm not saying Artem's a beast. Artem's not a top 15 guy. He's never going to make the top 15, but he's way better than Dai on the feet. Okay? So, I mean, Dai got smoked last fight against Leroy. I mean, how's his eye gonna be? I mean, he just fought in mid-June. So, I mean, he got destroyed in that fight, and Teruto's way faster than Wingoi for sure, and he has more power. So I'm going to go with Teruto. I think he's a better striker for sure. I don't think Dai has the wrestling to get this to the ground, and I think Teruto's going to go out there and get a first-round finish. What about you?
You pretty much said what I was gonna say, but dude, come on, you know Teruto doesn't have any. You pretty much said what I was gonna say, but I'm gonna have to go the other way just because I don't think Teruto. I don't think Teruto is good at all, man. He has no takedown defense. What he tries to do is he likes to scramble and get back up after he gets taken down, and man, all it does is take one takedown, and then all of a sudden he stops throwing because he gets scared you're gonna take him down. Rolando Dai, I think he actually does mix it up in there. I mean, it's kind of sucks because there's not much tape on the guy, you know, but I don't think he's as bad as you're making him seem because he actually has been boxing for a pretty long time, and in one of his fights I saw him go for a takedown. So
what's
to
his
me
record?
that it's pretty bad, right? It's like what,
He's 8-5, bro. This dude's a jobber, man. He's gonna get smoked out there.
8-5. That is pretty fucking bad. He is a jobber. He's a 500 fighter, just like Teruto is about to be. You know, and I'm not going to bet on either of these guys. I just don't think that was a smart play. And I was just kind of giving you shit, but I think Teruto sucks, man. He doesn't try to defend any takedowns. He doesn't try to. His plan is to get back up, and I think if Maynard can take him out, I don't think. I mean, dude, he got tapped out by Sasaki, bro. He doesn't know how to defend takedowns.
That was like 30 years ago, bro. Does Dai have any grappling?
Take him down. He has a take, dude. You don't need grappling. You just need a fucking. You need to drill takedowns for a month, and you'll be good.
Dai's a sloppy striker, bro. Okay, Teruto's gonna go out there and end this fool's life in the first round.
You need to drill takedowns for 1 month, and you'll be good. He's not a well-rounded fighter. He doesn't try to advance his. He doesn't even try to be a well-rounded fighter, man. Have you seen his last fight when they were asking him how he's going to defend the takedowns? With the flying knee. That's fucking horrible. So yeah, that's, I don't know, man. He said, what's his favorite grappling technique? His favorite grappling technique is scrambling and getting back up. That's horrible. That's going to get you tired. Scrambling's not a technique. It's just athleticism. I mean, it works, but it's not a technique that they. I mean, it's a good thing to be able to be good at a scramble, but I don't know. It wasn't the best thing to say, in my opinion. I think Rolando Dai is more of a mixed martial artist, and I'm gonna have to go with him, man. He actually practices. He actually goes for takedowns, bro. Teruto has not improved his grappling at all, and he's training with Team Alpha Man.
Dai's not a grappler, man. So, I mean, I don't think Teruto's that good either, but this is the spot. So, I see him going out there and, being the better striker.
He trains with the best grapplers. Why wasn't he able to even try to defend a takedown? He's getting taken down at will.
Gray has that good wrestling, man. I mean, he's shot and he's terrible, but he has good wrestling. Rolando Dai does not have the wrestling. What does Dai have in this fight? Nothing that
he might even be able to outbox him.
I don't think so.
Teruto has no volume. He does swing. He does have some power, though. I'll give him that, but he just relies on it too much. If it doesn't land, he's fucked.
He doesn't need the volume. I mean, Dai is the kind of aggressive guy that's going to play right into his wheelhouse. You can't be aggressive against Teruto. His counters are his best punch.
I don't know, man. I think he's going. If he doesn't get a knockout, then that's it. I mean, there's a good chance Dai might get a decision or it goes a distance. Unfortunately, this fool's kind of unlucky, so it might. I don't know. The reason he got lost last time is because of his eye. I mean, he was losing that fight though, but I mean, we'll see what happens. I think Teruto's a fucking jobber, and I definitely don't think you should have bet him inside the distance.
They're both jobbers, but it's the spot, and I think Teruto's way better. Teruto has 8 knockouts out of 9 wins. He's a finisher. That's how he wins. So You know, I think he's gonna go out there and knock
How
him
many
out.
of those are in the UFC? One.
Two, I believe, is yeah, against Juicy J and Gutierrez, and I believe that Dye's on the same level as them. So there you go.
All right,
Dye's
we'll
Dye's
see.
terrible, bro.
I think Teruto's terrible, and there's no way I would trust that fool with my money.
I trust him in this spot, bro, just like we trust someone else later on the card we'll talk about. But all right, man, call the next fight.
Gokhan Saki versus Luis Enrique da Silva. Gokhan Saki's 0-1. He's making his UFC debut. He's fighting Luis Enrique da Silva, who's 12-3. Da Silva, he's he's got some pretty good KOs under his resume, but he's gonna be fighting someone making his UFC debut. He's a K1 kickboxer or something. I don't know. He's a very good kickboxer. He's beaten like that guy Tyrone Sponge. I think he's fought people like Overeem and shit like that. But I mean, he went to the UFC and he got finished striking. Maybe he's not used to these fucking little gloves, you know. So he gets hit, or maybe he's taking a lot of damage, and these little gloves might knock him out. But I don't know. This fool, Da Silva's coming off of 3 losses in a row. I really think he's a sloppy fighter, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets knocked out either. It's a coin flip, man. It just needs to get taken to the mat one time, you know. And I think Saki's in for trouble. If Da Silva's a smart fighter, he's going to take him down. But I don't think that's the case. I don't think he's a smart fighter. I think he's going to try to like go out there and have something to prove. You know what I mean? And try to strike with Gokhan Saki, and Saki's probably gonna put him out. But if he's smart, he'd go for a takedown. But I don't think he's gonna do it. I think I'm gonna go with Gokhan Saki to get his UFC debut win. What about you?
Yeah, man, me too. This is a fight that I would not bet on. I mean, it's really close out there. I mean, you know, he's 0-1 in the UFC. He's definitely way better on the feet, but I mean, he has no ground game. I mean, there's footage out there that, you know, 135-pound girls are tapping him out in the gym. So, you know, who knows? I mean, this is a coin flip, to be honest. I mean, Da Silva, if Frankenstein gets to the ground, it's over. But, I mean, he recently came out today and said he wants to knock out Sasaki. So that's terrible right there. I'm still not going to put money on Saki. But, yeah, man, we don't want to hear that from Enrique. He might be trolling him, but if he goes out there and pulls guard, it's over. So I'll have to go with the newcomer here. But it's a huge pass for me. All right, next fight, we got Dong Young Kim versus Takanori Gomi. My 4-unit parlay is with Luke Gemmo at -104. Kind of like what we said on the Teruto fight. Actually, I said on the Teruto fight. Kim's a jobber, bro. He is. He's 1-2 in the UFC. He's a jobber. But this is the spot. Gomi is terrible. I mean, I would never bet on Gomi. You have to fade Gomi. I mean, the dude goes out there, looks for a paycheck. He's on a 4-fight losing streak. I mean, he looks, you know, kind of jacked against Jim Miller, but now he looks like he just had like a beer before the fight. He has a beer belly. He doesn't look like he's motivated at all. He quits when it hits the ground. I mean, you saw like he was like loading up against his John Tuck trying to throw. I mean, he's a legend, okay? But it's not the same Gomi anymore. This Gomi is terrible, man. And I think Kim is better everywhere, but we need to go out there and take him down, okay? If we go out there and hit him on the feet, you know, I think Kim can get a knockout, but it's safer if Kim just takes him down. Kim's a black belt. He has a very good judo base. I mean, he went to a war with Marco Polo Reyes. That's a very good fight. I mean, he took him down at will too. Actually, not at will, but he took him down a couple times. And he hurt him on the feet. He showed a very good chin. And then his next fight against Brendan O'Reilly, I mean, he went out there and, you know, took him down at will in the first 2 rounds. Lost the 3rd round, but I mean, you know, he got a good decision win. And against Steele, he was hurting Steele on the feet in his debut, and then Steele, you know, knocked him out that slam. So, but yeah, man, I think Kim is, you know, the way better fighter here, and I think he's going to go out there and take him down and tap him out. So it's a fade on Gomi. I mean, at this point, I'd probably bet any lightweight against Gomi, but I do think Kim has a huge edge in the ground. So I got Kim all day in this fight. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with what you said on the fact that I'm picking Kim, but I don't agree that it's the same kind of thing that you're doing with Teruto, because Teruto's a complete fucking jobber. at least fucking Kim was fucking like Kim went to war with Marco Polo Reyes, you know, and to me that he kind of gains a little bit of respect, a lot of respect from that fight because it was back and forth brawl, man, and and you know when Gomi he quits the second it gets tough, so I think he's going to be able to win no matter what he decides to do. It's going to be a crazy fight. I'm going to be sweating this night, and I got a 5-unit parlay with Kim and Luke, you know. But I don't know. I do. He's not that great, but I do think Teruto's worse for sure. But yeah, I do think that his heart's going to be a big factor. Gomi's going to quit once it gets tough. Even, whether it hits the mat or not, I think he's going to quit. So I'm going to go with Kim.
All right, man. Call the co-main event.
All right, co-main event is your girl Claudia Gadelha. She's going to be fighting Jessica Andrade. Claudia Gadelha, she's 15-2. You know, they have a similar opponent in Jana Jędrzejczyk, the champion. But Claudia is coming off of 2 wins. You know, she came off a very impressive submission victory over KK. You know, it was in the first round. Kind of smashed her real good. And I don't know, man. She might be able to take down Jessica Andrade too, you know. And to be honest, I think she might be even the better striker. Jessica Andrade is 16-6. She's very short. You know, she's kind of a bulldog. She's very strong and explosive, but I don't think she's going to be able to take out Claudia. I think Claudia can either outstrike her or take her down and, I don't know, ground and pound her or get her back and maybe sub her. But I just think Claudia has been looking very good after that loss from JJ. And she might even want another rematch and might have to use Andrade to make that statement, you know. I don't think Andrade is that great, especially after seeing her fight JJ. I just think that they're trying to build someone up to fight JJ. I don't know, man. I'm not really impressed with her. I just think she's a brawler and figure her out and get the win. So I'm gonna go with Claudia on this one. What about you?
Yeah, you already know I'm the other way. I got 2 units on Andrade at plus 230. This is a close fight, and you know a lot of people out there are picking Claudia, and you know Claudia's a good fighter, man. I mean, she's definitely at the top of the division, but I do think that Andrade has what it takes to beat her. A lot of people are saying that Claudia's gonna win because she had a better performance against JJ. I mean, that's a totally different fight. JJ is a good striker; she's the best striker in the division. You know, Claudia is not the better striker in this matchup at all. So Andrade is faster out there. She hits like a truck, throws bombs, and you say that she's 16-6. I mean, you know, she's 3-1 at the weight class she should have been in a long time ago. I mean, Andrade has very good takedown defense too. It's like 75%. She hasn't been taken down once at 115. Obviously, she hasn't faced anyone like Claudia, but still, though, I mean, I think it's gonna be hard for Claudia to get her down. And Andrade has a pretty good jits too, man. She has a very good guillotine as well. If Claudia goes and shoots for a sloppy takedown, she can get tapped out. I don't think Claudia's that good in the feet either. I mean, she throws, one punch at a time. And I don't know, man. I do think she's a very good grappler, man, a good wrestler, but she doesn't have a good gas tank either. I know it's a 3-round fight, but she's going to be fading that 3rd round for sure. And, beating Courtney Casey, I mean, Courtney Casey's pretty terrible. She beat KK. That was a very good fight, and a very good win for her. And, I know she had 2 close fights with JJ, but, JJ is the best striker in the division. And, she took JJ down at will. She did. But, I mean, Andrade has good takedown defense. And I know Andrade had a pretty bad fight with JJ, but this is a totally different matchup, So I like Andrade in this fight. And Andrade, like I said, has good combinations. She really rips to the body, man, really. I mean, dude, her body combinations are pretty serious, dude. So, beating in your debut, who she beat in her debut? She didn't beat JoJo. She beat Jessica Penne, and that was a pretty good performance. And then she went out there and tapped out JoJo. And the Angela Hill fight, she showed she can go 3 rounds, dude. And Angela Hill's a pretty good striker too. Super underrated. So I just don't like how a lot of people out there say that, it's easy money because Claudia had a better fight against JJ. She's not fighting JJ. So
I do
mean,
think the line is off.
it's off for sure. Claudia's fighting Andrade, who, I think has good takedown defense. He has good jits, and I do think Andrade's better in the feet. Andrade definitely has the better gas tank. She's definitely faster out there. She definitely has more tools in the feet, and she hits harder. So I'm not sold on the new Claudia. I'm not. I mean, if she gets, the only thing I'm worried about is if she takes her down and weighs on her. I just don't think she's going to be able to, man. So I'm going to have to go with Andrade. And I think she goes out there and gets a close decision or, possibly even knocks her out. All right, so the main event, we're going to be going with OSP versus Yushin Okami. Yeah, I got OSP all day here. Okami's a welterweight. I was going to pick OSP versus Shogun too. You can't really trust OSP though. I mean, he's kind of hit or miss. I do think he beat Volkan, but I mean, it is what it is. He didn't show up against Glover. He didn't show up against Jimmy Manuwa, but he's fighting a welterweight who hasn't fought in UFC in a while. And I mean, Yushin Okami is kind of at his end of his career. OSP seemed pretty motivated in his interview, so I got OSP. But yeah, I wouldn't play it just because it's kind of risky. What about you?
Yeah, I got OSP too. Not playing it. Line's kind of, I don't know. Line's kind of bad, and I don't know if I want to. I don't know who else I want to put parlay with. But yeah, man, this guy, like you said, he's on his way out. He's kind of just he's showing up. But yeah, I don't know what he's doing, man. I think he needs to retire already. He has a lot of fights back in the day, but I think OSP is gonna make a comeback right now and get the finish to make a statement. But no plays on that so far.
All right, man. Well, that's it. We'll recap on our bets. I have 4 units on Jimo and Kim to win 3.86 units at -104. I have 2 units Andrade at +230 to win 4.6 units. And I have 2 units Teruto Ishihara at +125 to win 2.5. What are your plays?
Yeah, I just got 5 units on Luke. The El Maestro parlay.
All right, man.
5 units.
We'll be back in a couple weeks. Actually, maybe like sooner than that for UFC 216. Tony Ferguson versus Kevin Lee. There's some really good fights on there, and I'm very excited. And the return of Beneil Dariush, our boy. I can't wait for that fight. So, yeah, guys, we'll be back. And I hope everyone catches their bets. And let's do this. Team Teruto and Team Andrade and Team Jimo and Team Kim.
Let's go.
Later, guys. And we love the haters out there too, by the way. So keep on doing your thing.
Peace.